से शुरू फ्रॉम पॉलिसी बाजार।
Welcome back. You're still with us on Markets Today. Let's get to the rest of the stories that we're tracking for you. The fourth headline today, Chennai Petroleum was buzzing in trade after the company inked a joint venture for a 9 million ton refinery worth 31,000 crores. The share was up over 2%. Sonal Bhutra is back with us. Busy day for her to tell us more. Sonal.
Oh yes, it is a positive news because it was a long pending capex that the company had earlier announced, and now the funding has come through for them. As you said, the board has approved a joint venture with IOC and seed equity investors. The JV will form and implement that 9 million metric tons of refinery project in the Kaveri Basin, and the total amount for this capex is 31,580 crore rupees. So there is some escalation in cost as well. The seed equity investors include the likes of Axis Bank, you have HDFC Life, SBI Life, ICICI Pru and ICICI Bank as well, and board has also approved equity investment from Chennai Petroleum in the JV to the tune of 2,570 crore rupees. The stock is not only doing well today, it has been an outperformer through the course of the year and this month as well. On 13th August, company was allowed to resume production to 100% by Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, because earlier they were asked to cut it to 75% of their total capacity.
Okay, all right, Sonal. Thanks very much for that. Well, moving to the IPO space, then airport service aggregator platform DreamFolks Services IPO was oversubscribed on day one itself. The company has raised 253 crores from anchor investors. Well, in fact, we did speak to the management of DreamFolks to talk about the company's global plans. Let's listen in to what they had to say.
We are the market leader standing with a 95% market share. And yes, in India, with the professional connects, it was a bit easy to start this business because you already know the industry well. But it's very important right now for also to grow globally as well. And that's what, as a company, we see that, we have a lot of potential to grow global. When we started this business 9 years back, the complete business focus was only on the lounges. However, now we also have the other services added in our portfolio as well. However, we have just started this after COVID. So we expect to see numbers growing in the other services in coming years.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the management of DreamFolks. But let's move on. Affle India surged over 2% in trade today. This is after Goldman Sachs initiated a buy rating on the stock. Sonia is here to tell us why the brokerage is bullish on the stock.
Well, thanks for that. Affle India was the big mover in trade today on the back of a Goldman Sachs report where they've initiated coverage on the stock with a buy rating and a target price of $14.95. Now, Affle India is into mobile advertising, and Goldman Sachs says that there is increased penetration on the internet, smartphone and e-commerce penetration, and that will benefit Affle India. They are projecting a rise of 32% compounded growth rate in the revenues over FY22 to 25. And they also say that the company Affle India has multiple moats, whether it's patents, platforms and the first mover advantage in India. Not just that, the company is now focusing on high growth categories, whether it's education, tech, food technology and e-commerce, and these high growth clients will help them achieve their revenue targets over the longer term. A big move on the stock today.
Okay, all right, Sonia. Thanks very much for that. But let's move on then. The average remuneration of heads of Nifty 50 companies surged to a record 28.4 crores in FY22. Research by CNBC-TV18 shows GSW Group's Sajjan Jindal took home the biggest package in the CMD category. HCL Tech's Vijay Kumar was the highest paid CEO.
As per this interesting data, which is compiled by my colleague Yusuf, the average remuneration for the heads or the chiefs, as you mentioned, of the Nifty 50 companies surged to a record level in FY22, that is at 28.4 crore rupees. And it's not only professional-run companies that top the list. Even promoter-led companies like Divi's Labs and JSW Steel, they saw aggregate compensation of 140 crore rupees. Now, the average compensation in FY22 was up. We saw a 34% growth out there. And between FY18 and FY20, the average compensation, it averaged around that 17 to 18 crore rupees. So from there, it has come into 28.4 crore rupees. Now let's get down to the names. Who really got the most amount of money? HCL Tech's boss, C. Vijay Kumar, was the top paid professional. Also because this included a long-term incentive from a subsidiary to the tune of $12.5 million. In the highest paid MD and chairman category, it was Sajan Jindal, and this was due to profit-linked commission of 121.7 crore rupees because of high profitability for the company. Wipro's CEO was the second highest paid head, that is in the Nifty pack, with an annual pay package of 79.8 crore rupees. For some of the IT majors, let's talk about them now. Salil Parekh of Infosys drew compensation of 71 crore rupees, CP Gurnani of Tech Mahindra drew compensation of 62.7 crore rupees, and Rajesh Gopinathan at 25.8 crore rupees. The compensation of clause includes salaries, bonuses, stock options, incentives, and other rewards paid during the year as well. The four IT firms, X of TCS, along with Divi's Laboratories, JSW Steel, Hero MotoCorp, and Shree Cement together account for 56% of the combined Nifty 50 remuneration of 1,419 crores in FY22. Other companies which saw doubling their CEO's compensation include L&T, Maruti Suzuki, Grasim, Apollo Hospitals, that is the company there. On the flip side, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and HDFC Bank from the banking pack, they saw their CEOs taking lower remuneration than what they earned last year.
Okay, all right, Sonal. Thanks very much for that interesting data there. But on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of Markets Today. Thanks very much for watching.